Hey everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be going over the 2003 Arkansas State Quarter. These are not super rare in terms of being able to find one of them, but it's a lot tougher to find the ones that are super valuable, and that's what we're going to be focused on today. The errors are not super common on these, but we will be discussing which ones you should be looking for. There's some varieties where you can look closely to see if there's a characteristic on the coin, and I'll have clear photos of just what to search for. There's also some conditional rarity, of course, that we'll go over, just give you good sense of at what point it might be worth grading. Hint, it's going to be pretty high. So anyways, let's get into all of this information. Head over to my PowerPoint presentation for all of it. This video is sponsored by Whatnot, a live streaming auctions and shopping app where I regularly sell coins and banknotes of all types, including US, world, errors, varieties, silver, gold, ancients, and more. And don't forget to use my link in the description to get a free $10 off on your first order on anything on the platform. Let's get into the video. And we'll start with the Arkansas Statehood Quarter, a little bit about the design. I was always confused whether there's a diamond. They've got the Crater of Diamonds Park, and you can find original diamonds there. So maybe if that's your fancy, go for it, as well as some neat wildlife that's found in the state. I'm not going to spend too much time on the design or information, but I want to focus a little bit more instead on the varieties, and then we'll get into, just two errors that have surfaced. 2003 at this point, the mint is much tougher on the errors. They still let some varieties slip through. And Arkansas Quarter here, we can see this doubled ear, clearly with a protrusion to the south of it, and the value isn't too crazy. It's not a super pronounced error, or variety, and that's reflected in the price. Now I think and these don't even have huge upside on the value, but a little bit more interesting is when those varieties are found on the statehood design as opposed to just a doubled ear, and you can see three tips sort of reminiscent of the more popular doubled trees on the Minnesota State Quarter, but there's three of them protruding below the diamond. That should not be there. They're extra, and the value, maybe it's $15-20 for Mint State 65s. There's not a lot of these known, and people from Arkansas are probably prone, an Arkansas collector, to purchasing these. There's always a little bit of a floor of a market. Same thing over here, much less pronounced, and these are all on the Philadelphia Mint ones. There's no known varieties for Denver Mint coins, but they're not quite as strong as these ones, where it's like three really solid tips coming out. Now, in terms of conditional rarity, Mint State 68 is the grade to hit. Below that, 67 pluses are tough to come by. And you can see this coin, really, really clean fields, very few hits. I mean, a little bit in the diamond there. And then on the high points of Washington, there just hasn't been a lot of results above 68 plus 69. So 68 is the top. 400 is a great number if you're doing a bulk batch of these and experienced with cherry picking really nice examples. Same thing on Denver, except the payoff is not too significant. So you're going to be looking to hit above 68 and unlock some top pop collector competition. Don't submit any of the proof coins. There's just not enough value, even if they're literally perfect. Now, something really interesting, these are often my favorite State Quarter errors. The reverse clad is missing, so that clad layer that gets put, they make the planchet stock a strip of metal. They've got an inside copper layer, then they've got these clad layers on either side of it, and in this case, the one side clad layer must have run out and it gets struck. And gorgeous, Mint State 66, really nice presentation, good luster on that coin and strike, $410. Then there's also this broad struck, which just means it's like an off-center coin in the sense that it's out of the collar. So you can see there's some planchet expansion, especially on the top left, or more just to the entirety of the left of the coin. $50 that sold back in 2005. It would trade for a higher number today. But something interesting, and the only other error that I was able to track down. But the story on this one, definitely look for these double trees on the Philadelphia Mint ones, and then there is also a double die obverse, double ear, extra ear coming out. So exciting stuff. Thanks for watching. I'm trying to do a bunch of these different state quarters, so if you have another state quarter and you want to make sure there's not something crazy hiding on it, go on over and check that out as well. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like the video, comment, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. And I also have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and some other social media platforms. You can also go to my main channel website, treasuretownYT.com, to learn more about the channel and sort of stay in contact. I also will eventually host all of these videos on coinsmetalscards.com, which will be both news, marketplace, and coin information. I do have the goal of eventually getting pretty much every US coin, date, mint mark, denomination on the channel with a similar video to the one that you just watched, and that will likely all be hosted there. And then I also have treasuretowncoins.com, which is sort of my coin dealing wing, coin dealing only entity that is a little bit less focused on content production. So thank you so much, and I'll look forward to seeing you on some of my other videos. I also have videos that are not just the date, mint mark, denomination recap in this format, so you can check some of those out, and I'll have fun seeing you there.